have the 4-hour price chart for Nvidia Corporation, the stock ticker NVDA. So as we can see here, the stock is mostly trading under, a bit of selling pressure to start the week. This is a bit in contrast here with most of the technology space. I've already covered several technology stocks today, and for the most part, we've been seeing bounces here in those stocks. Apple, Microsoft, Broadcom, Palantir. Some of those stocks have given back their gains. You can check those videos out to see the individual performances that are going on here. The share price action here in Nvidia is a bit weaker in comparison if we're looking at the rest of this sort of mega cap technology space. Currently, we're sort of faced with a kind of an important week this week because 4 out of the 7 Mag 7 stocks will be releasing earnings reports this week. Here we have Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and Meta Platforms are all scheduled to release earnings, and this follows the more recent earnings reports that have been posted by Tesla and Google. And there's some mixed results in those earnings reports. So this does create some event risk here to the downside in the event that we continue to see some further disappointments in these underlying earnings figures. Since we have 4 of them this week. My overall assumption here would be that technology prices and probably broader prices within the stock market as a whole probably have a negative week this week. Just given the fact that there are 4 different major companies that are reporting earnings during this period. So what we would really need to see in order to sort of reverse that outlook would probably be strong earnings performances in all 4 of those companies. I do think that if we start to see some mixed results here, I think that broader uncertainty is going to probably take over in the market, and we will probably start to see negative performances in the stock benchmarks, and then definitely within the technology space. So here we have to look at some specific price zones because, as I said, we are trading under a bit of selling pressure here to start the week. And this is showing a bit weakness, a bit of weakness in comparison to, some of the other performances that are seen within the tech mega caps. So, the most recent support zone that we have been watching here now comes in at 106.30. This comes in just ahead of the 200 period exponential moving average on the 4-hour chart. Currently, this level is rising. But we're still below 105 with this level, with this moving average. Currently, we're being seen here at roughly 104.50. So, we're starting to flatten out a bit, but we're still rising. And this should start to come into contact with this 106.30 zone relatively soon. Shorter term, we are starting to kind of flatline here, in a bit of a period of consolidation. So the range to the top side, we're really seeing resistance levels start to come in at roughly 116.20. And then to the downside, we can see that, share prices are really being contained here at 111.60. So, it's a fairly small trading range at the moment, roughly $5. We could see a bit of a slowdown in overall trading activity, given the fact that there is so much event risk here coming up this week. As I said, we're probably going to need to see positive upside surprises in all 4 of these companies in order to continue supporting prices, because I do think that if we start to see mixed results, I think the path of least resistance at this point is probably going to be to the downside, just given the fact that there's been so much pressure with so many of these stocks over the last 2 weeks. I just think that you're going to need a fairly significant surprise in the positive direction in order to lead to a significant reversal here in share prices. If we do see some gains to the top side, as I said, this roughly 116.50 is where we're starting to face some resistance. But I really wouldn't expect to see significant follow through until we reach back above 121.20. This is where the 50 period exponential moving average currently rests. So this is really the type of price move that it would take in order to fully break above this exponential moving average cluster. Overall, in the trading volumes, we're starting to see some evidence of positive price movements here. But for the most part, most of the trading periods have been negative. The upward surges in buying activity have engulfed the periods of weakness, the periods of bearish decline and selling action. But those types of periods have been more few and far between. We're seeing less of those. So overall, the scope here does seem to be focused on the downside. This is being additionally, in addition to this is being confirmed. This negative outlook here is being confirmed by the indicator reading and the relative strength index, which continues to be pointed in the downward direction. If we kind of zoom in on this, relative strength index reading a bit, let's get rid of some of these arrows here. We're getting a little bit confusing with so many arrows. But if we're looking at the relative strength index reading, as we can see here, we have not yet broken into oversold territory, even with this decline into 106.30. Even that, that was a fairly substantial move lower, at least on the shorter time frames. But even that was not enough to send share prices into oversold territory. So clearly, that does suggest that we could still, see some selling pressure here, given that the trend momentum that's being shown in this indicator is still focused on the downside. We would need, a fair amount of upside price action here in order to break that downtrend. And from the way this looks here, this would probably require a break above this 121.50 level that I mentioned previously. So, if we do see some positive results here, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying that it's less likely for all four companies to show positive earnings surprises here. And I do think that that's probably what it's going to take in order to see Nvidia break above its own exponential moving average cluster. If that does not happen, I think that we could start to pressure this 106.30 level quite quickly. And then a downside break here would be a bearish event because you would also probably be looking at a break of this rising 200 period exponential moving average, which currently comes in just below 105, but it's rising into that area and it should be there relatively soon. So here's the current market outlook for Nvidia Corporation, stock ticker NVDA. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.